This presentation is by me, Tessa Arvig, and it's about my internship on Capitol Hill with United Families International. How I found and arranged this internship. I was taking the class Child and Family Advocacy from Brother Rarick, and towards the end he emailed students. It could have been a few, it could have been all of them, I don't know. He emailed us about the opportunity to intern at the state capitol in Utah for a nonprofit organization called United Families Utah. That's a chapter of United Families International. It was a pretty simple process. All we needed to do was reply to Brother Rarick saying that we were interested in the internship and make arrangements to be able to go to Salt Lake 4 days a week. In order to do that, you had to either live in Salt Lake or the surrounding area during the legislative session. After Brother Rarick emailed me back with the information, I just had to email the president of United Families International, who was also from Utah, and she approved me for the internship. Next, some of our responsibilities on the internship included finding what bills we needed to support and which ones we needed to oppose. As a team, we decided to make a list of these bills and distribute them to representatives and senators. Some of the bills that we chose to support included anti-discrimination and religious protection bills, adoption bills, bills concerning alcohol. Specifically, we chose to support a bill banning powdered alcohol, which I'll talk a little bit later about in this PowerPoint. And some of the bills that we were opposing included less alcohol restrictions. So one bill that had particular interest to us was a bill that would allow bars or places that sold alcohol to be located next to parks, and we did not want that to happen. And so we were able to distribute this list of bills that we supported and opposed to the legislators. And then we had the opportunity to speak with them one-on-one and kind of explain to them why we supported some of the bills and why we opposed some of them. Here in this picture you see me and a representative that actually knew my parents. He's from St. George, where I grew up, and him and my dad were pretty close. Our next responsibility was lobbying a lot of the representatives and the senators. When a bill came to the floor or to a committee meeting, we would write notes like the little green sheet of paper that you see to the legislators explaining our position on the issue. In this picture, you see a picture of me with a nice green jacket men. They are letting me actually do their job and stamp the note I wrote. So that was kind of cool. They were pretty fun to talk with and see how they stood on issues. And our last responsibility, or one of our last responsibilities, was we would attend committee meetings where bills would be discussed and the community was able to share their concerns or support concerning the matter. In this committee meeting in particular, I had the opportunity to make an official statement for United Families regarding parental consent on matters of sexual education. It just so happened that the chair of this committee was Brad Last, who is my neighbor and very good friend. And while I was giving my testimony right there in the center, I looked up and I saw that he was taking a picture of me, and it really threw me off, but it was kind of cool because nobody had ever seen that happen before. And so it was a really cool opportunity to be able to testify at a committee meeting, and the bill was able to be passed. So, changing the world, I encourage you to pause, if you can, my recording and to watch this video. It's really cool. I was able to make a difference at this internship. Many people believe they can't make a difference because they're young, they don't have experience. I definitely didn't have experience in advocating for the family. But if there was one thing that I learned from this internship, it is that you can make a difference. If it hadn't been for me speaking up when I was scared, there would have been opportunities that we would have missed out on. Like, we wouldn't have been able to speak up on certain things, or we wouldn't have been able to be instrumental in some aspects. And so it really is important that all members of a team feel like they can speak up. Benefits of this experience included the opportunity to develop amazing relationships. In this photo, you see on the very right Laura Bunker, who's the president of United Families International, and next to her in the red is Rosemary Murray, who is the director of United Families Utah. They really taught me how anybody can really become an advocate for the family, and it doesn't really matter if you have a degree. Rosemary, she is a dietitian, and Laura Bunker has been involved in this for so long, even before she had graduated with her bachelor's from BYU. Other benefits of this experience included learning how to become a part of the legislative process. And lastly, I had the opportunity to get amazing references. Laura Bunker has some pretty big influence in the state of Utah, and she helped me get my first job. Connections to this coursework included attention to the powdered alcohol bill. This bill banned powdered alcohol in Utah. You can Google more about that. And then I had the opportunity to contribute substantially to this bill, researching and sharing information regarding the effects of alcohol on teenagers. I encourage each of you to take an opportunity to be a part of this internship. It really is amazing. Remember that it only is from January to March, and so fit it in your schedule to be able to participate. If you want to, you can contact these women. Thank you. Have a great day.